Hi guys, welcome back to the Gully Cricket Showdown. Today we'll be talking about the ICC Champions Trophy 2025 tournament, and we will be covering the match between India and Bangladesh that will be happening on 20th February. Both the teams look really good, especially Team India 3-0 against England in their recent series. Mukul, what did you make of that series as a whole? And let's talk about the expectations as well for Team India. Of course, they will be playing all their matches in Dubai. Yeah, do you think that's going to make any difference for this team specifically?
I think India is a really balanced squad. Not having Bumrah obviously is a huge dent. In the current situation and the current form in which Bumrah is, I think is easily the most important player of Team India across the conditions, across the playing countries or whatever. So not even in ODI, I know Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma are they are GOAT of the game, but in the current situation, I think I would count Bumrah even a notch above them, as a bowler. And it's very good for India because usually India has followed Sachin Tendulkar as an idol. So more batsmen are always born in India as compared to bowlers. On the contrary, on our neighboring nation, Pakistan has followed Waqar Younis and Wasim Akram, Imran Khan. So they are more bowler options because they've always been famous bowlers rather than batsmen. So, but in India, having someone like Jasprit Bumrah who has absolutely nailed his art of bowling in all formats and all conditions is like a huge dent. But anyways, whatever the squad is, I think it's a relatively small tournament. If India goes to the final, then I think 5 matches total, which is very less. So I think for 5 matches the squad looks pretty good because there are less chances of injury, etc. And also because it's being played in subcontinent, spinners might have and definitely have in fact a slight edge. So I think Indian squad looks good. Coming to the matches between Pakistan and South Africa and New Zealand, I think New Zealand is the most favorable. I won't even say India. I think New Zealand is the most favorite side personally for me to win this Champions Trophy. They are very balanced. All the players are in form. The captaincy has changed, so they it's like a fresh life which has been given to their team. And New Zealand in ICC tournaments always not kicks packs a punch above their weight. They always come into the tournament as an underdog. Nobody takes them seriously, and they end up playing semi-finals and finals of all tournaments pretty much. So you cannot in ODI cricket take New Zealand lightly, and I think New Zealand personally for me are favorites to win this. Second I would rate as India, but I think New Zealand is number one team who we definitely should be looking out for. I think India should win against Bangladesh and Pakistan, considering they lose the New Zealand match, and just wish that whoever they play semi-final with, they lose that match so that we don't have to face New Zealand in final if India reaches the final. That's my
New Zealand does have 6 all-rounders as well. I think that seems to be the theme as well. India has 4. So all of these teams are looking to look at their all-rounders to stake a claim in the tournament. Something we should talk about, I think Varun Chakravarti did get rewarded for his performance against England, and he makes the squad. Of course, as you said, Bumrah is missing. You did mention in the previous video as well that Varun Chakravarti seems to be very comfortable playing in the Indian soil specifically. Now that he's going to play internationally, do you think he will have the same effect as he did in the previous, the tour of England?
Well, I think last time he went to Dubai, it wasn't very good for him in the 2020 World Cup, T20 World Cup. But the conditions were different. The format was different. I think he has become more matured as a player. He has learned, experienced everything. All of that matters, I think. So nothing against him. I don't know how many matches he will play. I think he is also facing some issues with his fitness, I think. So it remains to be seen how all of this will work out. But I think the 3 spinners India will go with frontline mostly would be Akshar Patel, Ravindra Jadeja and Kuldeep. And I think Varun Chakravarti might be a gamble in some matches against maybe like in New Zealand. maybe like against Sena countries, I don't think Varun Chakravarti will be used against Bangladesh or Pakistan that much. I think against Sena countries he will be a wild card for us, and I think he will be used much more often. But let's see, because Varun Chakravarti definitely cannot bat. So if you take Varun Chakravarti, and the theme which all the teams with going with, and lately even India is going with, is they want more all-rounders the team who can bat till deep. So if Varun Chakravarti is playing, then I think Kuldeep Yadav will miss out. So which can be a really a wild card, as I mentioned. So because Kuldeep has been a really consistent performer in ODIs for us, if you drop in and if it works, then it's good. But if it doesn't work, then it will be like, you had your player who has been playing ODIs for so long and it's such an important match, and you drop him and bring in you come, blah blah blah. All of those things will come into the picture. So let's see.
Yeah, so he could be the wild card is what I'm getting here. Speaking about the upcoming match for India Bangladesh, I mean, you said you think India will win that, and the one against Pakistan as well, which we will be covering as well. So what do you think happens in this one? Again, India is looking pretty good in ODIs. Big hitters are back as well. Shubman Gill also performed in the previous series, so we have good hopes from him as well. The bowlers are doing fine, so it's a good time to be going into an international tournament for sure, especially against the neighbors that we have in Bangladesh and Pakistan. We know all too well how these teams play in neighboring soil as well. So what do you think happens in, well, we'll talk about Bangladesh first, the India versus Bangladesh match.
See, Bangladesh has been sort of I think we talked about this in the series India plays against Bangladesh also last year. I think so. Bangladesh was very good at a time, was very rising, playing really good cricket. Everything was working out really good for them. All of a sudden, I don't know, due to controversies, due to politics, what happened with their team there? This all of a sudden they have become irrelevant in cricket. So it's not to say that players are not good. Yeah, they have the Mehdi Hasan Miraz, Mahmudullah is still there, Mushfiqur Rahim, Soumya Sarkar is there, Nazmul Hussain Shanto is there, Nahid Rana is a really good bowler who is, I don't know Shakib is there or not, I don't think he's there. But anyway, so the players are still familiar. So, but the point is that it looks like they're not kind of a team who wants to win or who can give a challenge. It's a sport, obviously. On given day, anybody can beat anyone. So it depends. But I think, except the series against Pakistan, which they won, which they whitewashed in Pakistan, which was a huge achievement for them. Otherwise, I think Bangladesh should be an easy match for India, unless there is something like that which happened in 2020 World Cup with us, that there was so much dew and India was bowling second and the ball was not gripping at all. So something like that can obviously change the momentum in anyone's favor. But if you look squad to squad, if you ask anybody that who should win this match, the odds will be heavily in favor of India. I say 90-10, something like that, so maybe 95-5. So nobody would expect Bangladesh to win that match. So ideally that should be the case, but especially looking at the form also, Team India, they have been really, really good. Virat scored a 50. He looked like the ball was moving around a lot initially. He he completed that phase peacefully. He had a few hiccups here and there where he will nick the ball, or maybe he got bowled like that, where he got how he got an Ranji Trophy, but he survived that phase and then scored a decent 50. And then Rohit Sharma obviously scored a century. Shubman Gill got man of the series. Shreyas Iyer is in really, really hot form. Akshar Patel, Jadeja are batting and bowling good. So overall, India is looking like a good package. Harshit Rana is getting some runs. He's taking some runs, taking a little bit of beating, but he's taking wickets, which is very important in ODI. If you say go for 6 and over, but if you take 3 wickets, that's worth it. So overall, it's looking really good from India's perspective, but let's see.
Yeah, anything can happen. So who would you be looking to pick in your team? Of course, as you said, Kohli in these tournaments, if there is an assurity, he will be performing to his levels, and when he does, he is the best player in the world as well. At least the best batsman that is around right now. So who would be your picks for this specific match?
For the whole tournament, I would say Shreyas Iyer and Akshar Patel are my wild cards. I remember a time where I used to, when GullyCricket and Cricket Duel just started, we used to make teams in those free rolls and enter them.
Yeah.
And almost all the matches I used to have Shreyas Iyer as my captain or vice captain, especially in ODI matches. And he used to score 50s and everything for fun, like Virat Kohli. That's why he was being groomed to the next captain. I don't know what happened between him and BCCI. He lost the contract. Even if you look at the last ODI World Cup, he was the second best scorer against after Virat Kohli. So Virat Kohli is he's become like an he. No, I would say he's in the league of Sachin Tendulkar, not even close. But he has become in that league something like that, where his just presence is necessary for people to watch cricket.
Yeah.
He performs, does not perform, doesn't matter. If he's not playing, the interest goes down immediately. So that's the reason Virat Kohli is there. So, and if he scores runs, I'm not saying he won't in ICC tournaments. Virat Kohli is a different beast altogether. But I think Virat Kohli has done enough for the country and for cricket that even if he does not, it's like people won't blame him. But in ODI cricket, Virat Kohli is a different player altogether. So obviously you cannot discount Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, but our team is only comprises of 6 people. And you have to pick 1 or 2 players from the other team also. So I would say go with Akshar Patel and Shreyas Iyer and one of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, obviously. And then, like I always say, 6 players is too less to make one team. You have to make multiple teams, different captains. Pick Shubman Gill, also a couple of them, and obviously conditions, batting, bowling, due, not due. Obviously, all of these things make a huge difference. But yeah, I think overall, if you look tournament-wise, I think Akshar Patel will be very key for India and Shreyas Iyer also.
Yeah, as he was in the T20 World Cup as well, Akshar Patel did really well there. So yeah, a great.
I've been shouting Patel for so long now.
Yeah. Okay, we'll wrap this one, and we will be back for the next India versus Pakistan match. I think all eyes will be on that one for sure, especially when Netflix has released that documentary as well, the greatest rivalry. Yes. That's pretty fun to watch as well. And as you were speaking about how one country has produced these fast-paced bowlers in the early 2000s, and India has of course produced so many batsmen. So I think that will be one of the videos to watch as well for you guys. India versus Pakistan, can't wait for that. But for now, signing off from India versus Bangladesh. Of course, we think India is going to win. Yeah, and we'll see you in the next one. Do like, subscribe, and share the video if you liked it.
Yep. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.